Good evening, dear students. Welcome back to Sanskrit Amrit. Here we have another lecture on Astangahrudaya Sootrasthana Chapter number 1, Ayush Kamiya Adhyay. Ayush Kamiya. What is Ayush Kamiya? The quest for long life. So this chapter is basically for those who have quest for long life. Those who want actually the long life, they must follow the instructions, the things given here in this chapter. So let us understand. Now students, before we continue learning this chapter, you must be aware that how exactly is going to be asked these shlokas in the exam, right? In the exam, they are going to ask you any of the shloka from chapter 1, chapter 2 or chapter 4. You are supposed to explain the meaning of each word. You have to disjoin each word of the shloka, and sometimes you have to explain about the Sandhi, which Sandhi is explained there in that particular example of shloka. So everything you must be aware. Now here, till now we have already learned about Sandhi, right? We have understood about the noun forms, verb forms, right? And accordingly we are going to apply this in all the shlokas of this chapter. So it's the first day, first lecture on this Ayush Kamiya Adhyay, the Sootrasthana from Astangahrudaya, written by the great sage Vagbhat. Okay, so let us continue learning, student. In the beginning, however, they have explained here how many chapters, how many total sthanas are there, the parts. Sutrasthana, Sarirasthana, all these 6 sthanas are given, and how many chapters are there in each sthana, that is given in the beginning. Then we'll come to here the explanation about the genealogical tree, Vagbhat genealogical trees. First Vagbhat, then Simhagupta, all this explanation is given, and then we get this, the first shloka here is Mangalacharan. So this is what very important for exam purpose, and you people just pay attention, concentrate well. First shloka, if you read, student, it is called Mangalacharana. Now what is Mangalacharana? Mangalacharana is actually a kind of a tradition where the writers start writing any book. In the beginning of the book, in the beginning of all the explanation of a particular content or a topic, they are actually bowing down, they are actually saluting to their god, right? Writers actually salutes to the god. So here similarly Vagbhat actually bowing down or saluting to the previous physician, the previous god Apurva Vedya, right? You can say as Buddha, or you can say as all the scholarly well-known physician who already got born and who have the knowledge of Ayurveda, and who actually explain so many things about the Ayurveda topics. Now if you see the tree of Ayurveda, actually first who knew the Ayurveda, who actually understood the Ayurveda, who has the knowledge of Ayurveda. Then Lord Brahma had the knowledge of Ayurveda. Then Lord Brahma has given it to Sahasraksha, right? Then actually it has given to the another person. Yes, Achilles, you must be knowing that first Brahma has given to which person? Any idea about this? However, students, we have this here in this shloka. Here we have that first Lord Brahma knew. Yes?
Is packing.
Yes. First of all, Lord Brahma knew it, and then it has given to Prajapati. Right? Lord Prajapati. Lord Prajapati has given it actually to Ashwini Kumaras. Right? Ashwini Kumara, both are the physician, divine physician, have given it to Lord Indra. Then Lord Indra has given it to Agnivesha, etc. Atri Putra, the sons of Atri, right? And then sons of Atri already understood this from Indra. Then they have actually taught this Ayurveda the great Ayurveda, to another sages, right? Those sages are called as Agnivesa, etc. sages. Okay, so this is the tradition where from first Brahma it has given, this knowledge has been given to another sages, then it has given to Indra, then other sages, then other sages. Ultimately, from Agnivesa, etc. sages, they have actually prepared a different manuscripts on Ayurveda. Different manuscripts, that is called Agnivesa Tantra. So once they actually prepared Agnivesa Tantra, Agnivesa, the manuscripts, all they have prepared. Agnivesa, there were many disciples of Atriputra, right? So all these Agnivesa, etc. students, they were actually the great sages, the great scholars. They have prepared the different manuscripts. They have actually prepared these manuscripts, and then this Vagbhat, the great scholar Vagbhat, actually has taken the knowledge from those manuscripts and prepared this Astangahrudaya, not in a very difficult way, or not very exactly the very easy way, right? In not very expanded, not very short. So this is how he prepared this book, where he actually covered almost all the topics of Ayurveda. Now in the beginning of the Ayurveda, and in the beginning of this book actually, Astangahrudaya, he is actually bowing down, he is actually saluting the previous sages, the previous physician, right? And he is writing this shloka here: Ragadi rogan satatanu shaktan asheshakaya prasrutana shesan Otsukya moha ratidan jagana yopurva vedyaya namostu tasme. So dear students, here actually, as I said, this Vagbhat actually saluting to the previous physician, and here you can read Yopurva Vedyaya. Here if you read this word Yopurva Vedyaya, I have to zoom it, wait, yeah. Now here you can disjoin this Yaha plus Apurva Vedyaya. Yaha, as per the Visarga Sandhi rule, I already explained students. Apurva Vedya means the unique physician who had already got born in the past, right? So to that physician, Namostu. Namostu means salutation. Tasme means to him. So let my salutation be to those physician who what they did. Then here you read this word Jagana. What is the word? Jagana, right? In this Jagana word, the meaning is killed. Who killed? The previous physician who killed. What they killed? They killed actually the different disease. Which type of disease? The disease who give this kind of things. Otsukya moha rati. So my dear, here if you will disjoin, there are three words: Otsukya moha plus arati. I repeat, Otsukya moha and arati. So it's like anxiety, infatuation, right? So all these things are actually the result of the disease. Once the person is having a different disease, he can have Otsukya, he can have moha or arati. So this previous physician actually killed, eliminated the disease which are the giver of this Otsukya, moha and arati, right? So those disease, and those disease are a type of disease which are like Ragadi rogan, the first one, Raga etc. disease, right? Raga is actually the infatuation, hunger, lust, infatuation, fear, all these are called Raga etc. right? So all this disease, Satatanu Saktan, next word read it, Satatanu Saktan, there are two words, Satata plus Anusaktan. Satata means constantly, Anusaktan means associated, right? So which are constantly associated. What are constantly associated? Ragadi rogan, the raga etc. disease which are constantly associated where? Then they said Asesakaya. You must have thought that here it is Nasesakaya, but actually it is Satatanu Saktan and Asesakaya. Ashesha means entire, whole. Kaya means body, right? So the disease, rag, etc., disease which are constantly associated, anusaptan associated, saptata means constantly associated, where Ashesha Kaya, in the entire body, right? And we know when there is a disease, it will definitely affect the whole body, and raga, etc., all the diseases are actually associated with the bodies, right? So the raga, etc., disease which are constantly associated, and then here you read prasrutan asesan, and entirely, asesan as fully, prasrutan means what? Spreaded, which are associated with the body and which are completely spreaded in the body. So those dosas are actually eliminated by the Apurva Vedya. Apurva Vedya means the unique physician, the previous physician, the scholar, right? Who eliminated all these types of dosas which are actually associated with the body, which are spreaded in all over the body, and who are the giver of this Otsukya, Moha and Arati. I just salute to that physician. That is what is explained in the shloka. So here basically it is as per the Indian tradition, it's just the beginning of the chapter where he is actually saluting to the unique physician. Alright. So now let us see here the translation given, dear student. What is said? Acharya Vagbhat believed that the God is the unique physician who is potential in just 1 minute. Yes. In eliminating all the sorts of psychosomatic disorders, right? Such as passion, greed, lust, jealousy, anxiety, delusion, dissatisfaction, fever, diarrhea, etc. All these. And from this universe, and bows his head. So here he said, no, I said Namostu. He bows his head down. So head to that supreme power, to that supreme God, and prayed that ongoing work should not get any obstacles. However, this is an extra explanation given here in the English translation, but actually here they is just simply said that let my salutation be to that unique physician who actually eliminated all raga, etc., dosas which are constantly associated and fully spreaded all over the body, and those diseases which are actually the giver of Otsukya, Moha and Arati. Alright. So this is how the Mangala Charana, if you disjoin Mangala and Acharana. Mangala, it's like well begun is half done, no? So in the beginning, Mangala is like very pious, auspicious, holy. Acharana means you can say starting, right? So it's a holy starting of this chapter. And then if you read here, the next shloka, shloka number 2, purpose of Ayurveda is there. Purpose of Ayurveda. What is the purpose of Ayurveda? It is explained this in this shloka, student. Ayuhu kamaya manena dharmartha sukha sadhanam ayurvedopadesheshu videya paramadara. Now I have some queries. First of all, who want to learn Ayurveda? Actually, those who want to learn Ayurveda, or those who have to know Ayurveda, who want good life. That is the first condition. Now, in this shloka, a purpose of Ayurveda is explained, that a person who actually wants a life, which type of life? A kind of a life which is an instrument of to obtain the Chaturvida Purusartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So everybody wants life, but a type of life which is actually able to obtain Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Purusartha, for Purusartha, and Sukha, happiness also, right? So that person must have the faith in the studies of Ayurveda. So here if you see Ayuhu, life, right? Kamaya manena means by the person who want. A person who wants Ayu means life, right? A person who wants life. Which type of life? Then they explain here, Dharmartha Sukha Sadhanam. Sadhanam means instrument. A life which is an instrument of Dharmartha. So Dharmartha, there is a Dirgha Sandhi, Dharma plus Artha. So a person who wants a life which is an instrument of obtaining Dharma, artha, obviously dharma, artha, kama, moksha also, and then sukha. Sukha means happiness. So if you want dharma, artha, kama, moksha and happiness, right, and a kind of a life, then what you need to do, they said ayurvedopadesheshu. Here there are two words you have to disjoin. Ayurveda plus upadesheshu. Ayurveda, upadesheshu, two words are there. Da and u becomes do. Guna sandhi is there. Now upadesheshu means in the studies, right, in the messages, in the explanations of Ayurveda. So in the explanations of Ayurveda, then they said videyaha means one should keep, one should have. Paramadaraha means the best respect, the best faith, right? A person must have a best respect or the faith in the studies, in the explanation, in the messages of Ayurveda. So a person who actually wants a type of a life which is an instrument of obtaining dharma, artha, kama, moksha, sukha, then he must have the faith, respect in the studies of Ayurveda. Right? That is what the purpose of Ayurveda explained here. So there are certain sandhi you need to understand, student, as dharmartha, dharma plus artha, dirgha sandhi. Here guna sandhi is there, Ayurveda plus upadesheshu. Right? Ayurveda ending with a and upadesheshu starts with u sound. So that is how guna sandhi is applied, and the purpose of Ayurveda explained in this shloka. Now, yes, Achilles, in between, if you have any doubt rising in your mind, please ask.
Okay, sir.
Next we have, as I already explained in the beginning of this class, the Ayurveda Avatarana. Ayurveda Avatarana, if you disjoin Ayurveda plus Avatarana. Avatarana is origin, and Ayurveda, origin of Ayurveda. So that story explained about who knew this Ayurveda first. Then here you read Brahma Sprutva Ayusha. Here only one A is there, but it must be two avagraha. That's showing A. So first of all, Brahma, Lord Brahma, actually after knowing the science of medicine, this Ayurveda, then he Prajapatim Ajigrahat. Prajapatim Ajigrahat means taught. He has actually taught, has given this knowledge to Prajapati, Lord Prajapati. First, Lord Brahma, after knowing this Ayurveda, he himself, Brahma, we know that Lord Brahma is a god. So he himself knew this Ayurveda. After knowing Ayurveda, he has actually explained it to Lord Prajapati. Then, so we know. While you disjoin, there are two words. Students, if you remember, many times I said that if there is a word ending with O sound like so, and immediately next there is a avagraha, you can disjoin is like Saha plus Asvino. Visarga ending word, Saha, and next word starts with A sound. Saha and A. Saha plus Asvino. Saha means he, that, who, that Lord Brahma, Prajapati. Prajapati explained this Ayurveda, given this Ayurveda to Asvino. Now who is Asvino? The divine physician, right, of Ayurveda. So Lord Prajapati actually explained, taught it to Asvino, both Aswini Kumaras, and then Tau, they both Aswini Kumar has given it to Sahasraksam. Sahasraksam means Indra, Lord Indra. So they have actually explained it, taught it to Lord Indra. Now Lord Indra has given it, Sotriputra again. Sosvino you disjoin like Saha plus Asvino. Then Sotriputra you can disjoin like Saha plus Atriputra. Saha means he, who he, Indra. Lord Indra has explained it to Atriputradhikan Munin. Atriputradhikan Munin means to the sages. Which sages? Munin means sages. Which sages? Atriputradhikan. Atri is the name of a sage. Putradhikan means sons, etc. So whose sons? The sons of Lord Atri, the sage Atri. So after learning Ayurveda from Aswini Kumaras, this Indra Dev, the Lord Indra, has actually taught it to the sons of Atri. All the sages, the sons of Atri. Now, these sons of Atri is called Atri Putra, right? Putra means sons. Atri is the name of the sage, the sons of Atri sage. So all these sons of Atri sage, they all, te means they, Sahataute, they all, Agni Vesadi, Kanste. Agni Vesadi here, Agni Vesa plus Adi Kan. Agni Vesa is again the name of the sage, right? Agni Vesa is the name of the sage. So Agni Vesa Adi means etc. So they all, the sons of Atri actually explain these two Agni Vesa etc. sages. No, it's transferred. The knowledge is actually transferred. I am teaching you this. My teacher taught me Sanskrit. His teacher taught to my teacher, right? Like this, one has transferred his knowledge to other. So this Agniputra etc. Sages explained it to actually Atriputra explained to Agnivesa etc. sages, and then Agnivesa etc. sages Pruthak Tantrani Tenire. Tenire means prepared. Pruthak means separate, different. Tantrani means manuscript. Now these all Agnivesa etc. sages, after learning it from Agniputra, they have actually prepared many different manuscripts of Ayurveda. Tenire means prepared, right? Now once these all manuscripts are prepared, then what happened? Tebyo ti. Do you remember, students? Here I said Sosvino can be disjoined like Saha plus Asvino. Sotriputra you can explain like Saha plus Atriputra. Similarly, Tebyoti. Yes, disjoin yes, Achilles, disjoin this. Tebyoti.
Tebhyah ati.
Tebhyah ati. Now Tebhyah means what? Tebhyah means from them, from those manuscripts prepared by, written by the Agnivesa etc. From those manuscripts, Ati Viprakirnebhyah. Ati Viprakirnebhyah means the essence of that book, right? Essence of that book. Then Prayah, mostly Saratarochayah, the main important matter from that book, and Saratarochaya, the highest important message. Saratara plus Uchaya. Uchaya is very highest. The extremely important Saratara, the important message actually taken from those manuscripts, and Kriyate, prepared. Kriyate means done, prepared. What is this? Avagraha means it is a silent A. So you can skip it while you reading the shloka. Kriyate Astangahrudayam. But while you disjoin, you have to consider this A as Astangahrudayam, right? While you disjoin. So Kriyate, this Astangahrudaya book is created, which is Nati Sankshepa Vistaram, which is Nati. Nati disjoin this, Dirgha Sandhi. A plus A is equal to A. So Nati is like
No plus Ati.
Excellent. Ati. So no is not, it's a negative, not, which is not. This Astangahrudaya is created, which is not. Ati Sankshepa. Ati Sankshepa means very small, very brief, extremely brief, which is not extremely brief. And then you read this word, Vistaram. Vistaram means expanded. So this Astangahrudaya is created, which is neither extremely brief nor expanded. So this is how this, that's why we actually appreciate, we love this Astangahrudaya book, where the messages of all the different topics are explained in so beautiful way that is not extremely expanded, not even extremely in a brief way, right? So that is how they said about the origin of Ayurveda and about this book. This book is actually written by the Vagbhat, but he has actually taken this knowledge from the different manuscripts written by the Agnivesa etc. Sages, the manuscripts by Agnivesa sages. So next, if you see the different branches, 8 branches of Ayurveda, you must have studied this in other subject, students. Let us understand. Kaya Bala Grahordvanga Salya Damshtra Jara Vrushan Astavangani Tasyahus Chikitsa Yesu Sansrita. Now 8 branches of Ayurveda. Kaya Bala Grahordvanga. Dear student, let me show you here something. While you have a word grahor dvanga, then you have to disjoin them immediately. Grahor dvanga, this word is there. See. So while you disjoin, guna sandhi is there, where O is actually prepared from the two different vowel. One is O and second is U. So there are two words. First word is graha and second word is urdvanga. Just a second. Graha plus urdvanga. Dear student, here if you check, O plus U is equal to O. So two different words are there. Fine. So number one, 8 different branches. Kaya Chikitsa, general medicine, Kaya. Then next is Bala, Bala Chikitsa, pediatrics. Then as I said, Grahodvanga, Graha, Graha Chikitsa, Bhuta Vidya, demonology, and Urdvanga. Urdvanga again you can disjoin, student. Urdhva plus Anga. Urdhva is up, right? And Anga is body parts. So Urdvanga is like Salakya Chikitsa also, and it is called ENT, ear, nose and throat, ophthalmology. So that is called Urdhva Anga, the body parts which are up in the body, upside. So that's why nose, ear, throat are called as Urdhva Anga, Urdhvanga. Dirgha Sandhi is there. But we generally take as one word, Urdhvanga. Then next is Salya, Chikitsa, surgery. Then Danshtra, Chikitsa, Danshtra. Chikitsa is Agada Tantra, toxicology. And then Jara, Chikitsa, that is geriatrics. And then Vrushan, Vrusha, Chikitsa, Vajikarana. Right? So, different 8 branches given in this first line. Next we have Ashtavangani. Normally students, when they read this Ashtavangani, student in exam there is a possibility to ask this kind of example. That's why we are learning this by checking the words, by disjoining the words. Ashtavangani, actually it is Ashtavangani. Now what happened here? See, what is the sound here in Tav? O sound is there, right? Now there is a Sandhi, Ayadi Sandhi, that says that O must be converted to Av sound. O should be converted to Av sound. So this Tav will be converted to Av, right? So it will be Ashtav like this. Tav will be Ashtav and Angani. Now you join this Va and O, will be Va, Ashtavangani. So basically what was there? Ashtav, O. Now O is been changed to Av, right? As per the Ayadi Sandhi. We already understood this Ayadi Sandhi. I explained you in the previous lecture. And students, let me tell you, you must refer all the Sandhi, you must learn all the Sandhi, at least the basic knowledge you must have to disjoin the words of the shloka properly. In exam also, you are actually expected to write disjoining of the words with Sandhi, with Samas, explanation of the word, with noun form it is, which case it is, with Vibhakti it is. So this knowledge you can gain by learning the table, Rama table, Muni table, Lata table, all the noun forms table that I told you, that you are supposed to learn it, right? And meaning also I explained that which case represents which meaning. So please learn it, students. Alright, and here the Sandhi rule is also applied. So Ashtav and Angani, 2 words are there, which ultimately converted to Ashtavangani. Ashtavangani. Now Ashtav means what, student? Ashtav means 8. Angani means branches, parts. Okay. So 8 branches. Tasyahus chikitsa. Tasya means of Ayurveda. Tasya means its. Its 8 branches. Ahuhu. Ahu means said, called. So the treatment Yeshu Sansrita, where the treatment is, actually dependent. So treatment is actually dependent on these 8 branches, where Kaya, Bala, Graha, Urdhvanga, all these are coming. Only 8 branches explained in this shloka. All these 8 branches fixed that you can see here. Then, as I explained you about the preceptors of Ayurveda, Lord Brahma, Daksh Prajapati, Ashwinis, Indras, then Atriputra, given it to Agnivesa, all these things given here. Now the description of dosas, we are entering into the description of dosas, students. Vayu Pittam Kaphas Cheti Trayo Dosha Samasatah Vikruta Deham Gnanti Te Vartayanti Cha. Vayu, Vata, Pittam and Kapha Cheti. Kaphas Cheti. Let's disjoin this one. Kaphas Cheti. Okay. Just a second. Dear students, here something that I am preparing. I am on my way. It's not completed yet, but I am planning to prepare a kind of a book where each and every word of the shloka of Astangahrudaya Chapter 1 of Sootrasthana shlokas, that you can see disjoined here. Ragadi Rogan, Raga, Adi, Rogan, Satata Anusaktan, Satata Anusaktan. Then here you read meaning of each word. Okay, and then Anvaya, and then Anuvada. So that is what I am planning actually. I am on my way. It will take around 6 months maybe, but it's going to be useful for you students for sure. Once the book will be prepared, I will tell you. So let us utilize this here what I prepared. Now here just a minute. Description of dosas. The student here, Vayu Pittam Kaphas Cheti Trayo Dosha Samasatah. Vayu Pittam Kaphas Cheti. What is the explanation? Kapha disjoining. Kapha Cha Iti. Cha means and. Iti means like this. So Vayu, Vata, Pitta and Kapha Iti like this. Trayaha Doshaha. 3 doshas are there to get total. Samasata means total. Total there are 3 doshas. That is what the explanation about the dosha. Right? Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Then here you read Vikruta, Vikruta. 2 words are there. First word is Vikruta and second is Avikruta. Student, Vikruta means what? Vitiated, disturbed, spoiled. That is called Vikruta. And Avikruta means in an equilibrium condition. Right? In a proper condition. So that is Vikruta and Avikruta. When the dosas get Vikruta means when the dosas got vitiated or spoiled, at that time what happened? Deham Gnanti. Just keep this word for a minute. Deham, body. Gnanti means killing. Then it starts killing the body. We can have a different disease. Right? So when these dosas vitiated, it kills the body, it destroys the body. But Avikruta, when they are in the equilibrium state, not increased, not decreased, not spoiled, then in Avikruta condition, in the equilibrium condition, they vartayanti. They actually supports the body. It serves the body. It saves the body. Right? So Vata, Pitta, Kapha are important for body. Right? To keep the body healthy. And if they are vitiated, will definitely Deham Gnanti. It will kill the body. Right? It will destroy the body. So that is what the explanation description about the doshas. If you people want the soft copy of this book, I will send you, dear students. You please message me personally. Explanation is given here of all the shlokas, and some detail is also given. I hope you must have some other books also, but if you want, then you message me personally. I will send you in personal level. Now next shloka will study about the site of Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Where exactly Vata, Pitta, Kapha are staying. So there is a shloka. Te vyapinopi runnabhyo radho madhyordva sansrayaha. Te means they all. Who? Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Vyapinopi. Somebody disjoin. Now you must learn how to disjoin this kind of word ending with O sound, and next word starts with avagraha. Vyapinopi. See, Vyapinopi. This is a very common rule, student, and you must learn it. You must know this rule. Let me tell you the exact thing. Here, if you see, Vyapino word is actually ending with sound, O sound. Am I right? And next word starts with avagraha. In this case, always remember this word Vyapino is actually ending with visarga. Vyapinaha. So wherever you find this kind of sound, O ending word, always keep in mind that is naha, ending with visarga. Right? And next word starts with avagraha. So that is actually silent A. That should be skipped while you pronounce this word. But actually there was a presence of A. So actual word is api. So while you disjoin, you have to write A sound. Api, like this. So whenever you see O and avagraha, always disjoin ending with visarga and next word starting with A always. Alright? Please keep doing this, keep applying this rule in the upcoming examples also, because many times you will find out this kind of examples. So Vyapinaha means spreaded. What is the meaning of Vyapinaha, students? Spreaded. Though three dosas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, spread all over the body. So Vyapinaha means spreaded all over the body. Api also. Runnabhyo radho madhyordva sansrayaha. Runnabhyo, let me tell you. First word is Rud. Rud means heart. Next word is Nabhyoho. Nabhyoho means belly button. Right? So Rud is heart and Nabhyoho is like umbilicus. Right? And Adho Madhyordva. Adho, there is a word Adho. Now here you read there is Ra sound, no? You must have question that why Adho? Here there is Ra. But let me tell you, the previous word is Nabhyoho. These are very basic things, students. Once you will understand, no, you can apply it in next all examples. Nabhyoho Adaha. Now here, this visarga actually should be converted to Ra consonant, Halant Ra. So what happened? This Ra and A become Ra. That's why Nabhyo Radha, like this. So basically Ra is prepared from visarga and next A sound. So Nabhyoho and Adha. Nabhyo umbilicus and Adha is down. Okay. So Rud, heart and umbilicus, then Nabhyo. Between the heart and umbilicus, these three dosas are staying spreaded. But here, where exactly? Vata, Pitta, Kapha, separately they are staying. So Adho Madhyordva. Adho, Adaha, down, Madhya, in the middle, and Urdhva, Madhyordva. See, here is also Guna Sandhi. A plus U is equal to O. Madhya plus Urdhva. Madhya means in the center. Urdhva means up. Right? So Vata, Pitta and Kapha are staying in the down, in the middle and in the up, upside, near the heart. So first of all, Kapha, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Here they said no, Adaha. Adaha means they are talking about the Vata first. Vata is staying Adaha, down. Then Pitta is in the middle of the heart and the umbilicus. Right? And Urdhva, upside, Kapha is staying. So Sansraya means residing, staying. That is how this shloka explained about the residence of Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Here you read this explanation. Vata below the navel region, Pitta in between the heart and umbilicus, and Kapha above the heart region. Right? So these are the residence of Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Now relationship between the dosas and the age, day and night and diet. Normally Vata, Pitta, Kaphas are increase and decrease in our body. So in daytime, in night time, while you eat, when the food is getting digested, right, and when you are getting old, so in the journey of our life, in which age Vata is very high, in which age Kapha is very high, Pitta is very high, right, depending which dosas is predominantly very high, in which age or which time of the day, which time of the night, and in which exactly time of the digestion process. That is what is explained here. So vayoho ratri bhuktanam tenta madhyadiga kramat. Vayoho ratri bhuktanam. Dear student, see, check this example again. Same vayoho, o ending word, and next word is starting with avagraha. So it is vayaha plus aho. Vayaha means age. Vayaha, age. Aho means day. Ratri means night. And bhuktanam means the person who eats. Is called bhukta. So for all, for age, for day, for night, and for the person who eats, right, for all them, these all dosas anta madhyadigaha, te plus anta. Te means they all dosas, anta at the end of this all, madhya in the center of this all, and madhya plus adigaha, dirgha sandhi is there, no, madhya plus adigaha, a plus a is equal to a, dirgha sandhi, right. So at the end of this, in the center of this, in the middle of this, and in the adi, in the beginning of this, kramat, it goes respectively. Kramat means respectively. So vata is predominantly very high, pitta is predominantly very high, and kapha is predominantly very high. But in which time? Where? In the anta, at the end of age, means in the old age. Anta, at the end of day, means in the evening time. Then anta ratri, at the end of night. And anta bhukta means the food is digested. When the food is completely digested, at that time, what is predominantly very high? Then vata. Okay, they are talking about anta. So vata is predominantly present in the last stage, ending stage of the life, that is old age, right? Vayo. Then aho means day, I said, the last stage of the day, evening hours, right? The vata is very high. The ratri, the ending of hours of the night, vata is very high. And bhukta, last stage of the diet, end of the digestion, vata is very high. Now in the mid of this all, mid of age, mid of day, mid of night, mid of diet, pitta is very high, right? And adi, in the beginning of age, means in the childhood, in the early morning, right, in the beginning of the day, in the beginning of night, and when the food just starts digesting, at that time kapha is very high, right? So that's why we normally see the children below 10 years or 15 years age, these children are having more kapha problem, kapha prakruti they have. The more of the, it depends on the person's prakruti actually, but most of the cases we see kapha is very high in the children, because it's the beginning of the life where kapha is very high, and at the end of the age, like in the old age, vata prakruti is very high. People are having the issues with the stomach, right? They are having acidity problem, digestion issues, right? Constipation. Vata is actually very high, and other things we know about the day, night, and the digestion also. So that is how the relationship between the doshas and these four things: age, day, night, and diet. So students, this join the word again. Vayaha plus aho, vayoho ratri, tenta, te plus anta. Then we have madhyadigaha, madhya plus adigaha. Madhya ending with a, adigaha starts with a. A plus A is equal to ya, A. Okay. Alright, after checking the relation of three doshas with the age, day, night and the diet, here we will check the relationship between Agni, the power of digestion, that not that fire, but the power of digestion, Jatara Agni they are talking about, right? And doshas. So here three types of Agnis, actually four types of Agnis you will find. Three are, predominantly with Vata, Pitta and Kapha, and the fourth one is common together of three doshas. So here is the shloka. Ter bhaved vishamastikshno mandaschagni same sama ter bhaved. Can you see, students? Here I want you to check this and want you to know in this shloka. Just a minute. If you will check in this shloka, after ter bhaved is written, and on bha there is a refer. This refer, that is ra, no? That ra is actually the converted form of visarga. So basically word is tehi. What is the word? Tehi word is there.
Taihi.
Tehi, yes. And the second word is bhavet. Actually here you read compound letter dvi. But actually dvi is prepared by two letters. See, let me show you. Dvi. Now dvi normally we will think like this, the and vi. The plus vi dvi, obviously. But my dear student, this halant the is actually tha letter. What is that? Actual tha is there. Tha is converted to the. Now if you remember in the consonant tables, the basic consonants alphabet, ka, ka, kha, ga, ga, cha, cha, ja, ja, ya. In that dental letters are there 5. Ta, tha, da, dha, na. See, very important thing I am explaining here. Students, pay attention. Ta, tha, da, dha and na. Now, there are 5 dental letters. Out of that, first is tha, second is tha, third is da, fourth is da and fifth is na. So, as I said, the example as you see here, that example is actually bhaved dvishama. Yeah, bhaved dvishama. Bhaved dvishama. So as I said, dvi is like this, no? The and vi. So let us just disjoin this dvi, the and vi. So students, this the that you see here, this the is actually the converted third letter here, no? The third letter. Actually it is not the in the word. Actual word is, let me write here, it's bhavet. What is the actual word? Bhavet. Ending with ta sound. And bhavet means should be. It's a verb form. Vidhiling lakar, bhu dhatu, vidhiling lakar, pratham purush ekvachan. Bhavet means should be. Right? And then why here ta is converted to the? Because it's a consonant sandhi rule where the first letter coming, that first letter at the end of the word must be converted to third letter, and that's why here the first letter ta is actually converted to third letter the, consonant halant. So bhaved, and next word was there vishama. So the and vi joined and becomes dvi. That's why you find this bhaved dvi. So tehi, by them all dosas. Tehi means by them, by these dosas. Bhaved, there should be what? Vishamaha, tikshnaha. Can you see this sa? This sa is actually visarga sandhi again. This is visarga, not dental sa. So vishamaha. Second is tikshnaha. Third is mandaha. Vishamagni, tikshnagni and mandagni. Chagni, no? Here you read mandas chagni. So mandas chagni, there are actually 3 different words. Mandaha plus cha plus agni. Cha plus agni become chagni, you know this, dirgha sandhi. But here this you see this sha in cha. This sha is also visarga. Here this dental sa is actually visarga of vishamaha word, and here sha is also the word visarga of manda word, mandaha cha plus agni, like this. So three types of agni we have, student: vishamagni, tikshnagni and mandagni. And fourth is samehi, samagni. Samehi means equivalent, equal to all three dosas. So tehi, by these three dosas, if the vata is predominantly very high, then it is explained here down. When it is called vishamagni, when it is called tikshanagni, then here you read first number 1 in the shloka, vishamagni. Vata causes vishamagni, unsteady or erratic digestive system, right? That is vishamagni. When the vata is predominantly high, then it is called vishamagni. Then next is tikshanagni in the stomach. What is called tikshanagni? When the pitta causes, that is tikshanagni, right? Where predominance of pitta is there, then it causes tikshanagni and increased digestive activity. And the next is mandagni, manda agni. In mandagni, the predominance of kapha, right? So due to the predominance of kapha, it causes mandagni, it decreases the digestive activity. So, and when three dosha causes, when the predominance of all three dosas there, then it will create samagni, and that's why in the shloka you read samehi, equal, right? Equal condition, equal position of all three dosas. It will due to this equal predominance of all three dosas, samagni starts, and that normal digestive system which is very best for human beings, right? So all dosas, vata, pitta, kapha, should not be increased or decreased. If there is a predominance of vata, pitta or kapha in the stomach, obviously your digestive system will be disturbed, right? So we are not expecting that vata is high, pitta is high, low, kapha is high, low, right? We need everything is in the equilibrium condition, in the proper equal condition. So that's why three dosa cause samagni, that we need generally while we live, right? So that is how explained about the relationship between the agni, the power of digestion, and the dosas. Okay. Now here we will understand about the influence of dosas on koshta. Students, here we understood actually around 7 shlokas. Now we will continue learning the other shlokas in the next class. I hope you people understood that how we are going to learn this chapter by disjoining each and every word of the shloka. I will tell you the which sandhi is there, what is the actual root word is there, right? And accordingly you can understand the meaning of the shloka also, and the meaning of each word also. So we'll continue learning the upcoming other shlokas also in the next class. We'll understand about the influence of dosas on koshta, on bowels, right? Three types of dosas, three types of actually bowels, kostas there, that we'll understand in the next class. So thank you very much for being, dear students. See you in the next class on Monday, and we'll continue learning this Astangahrudaya Sootrasthana Chapter number 1. Alright, thank you so much. Take care, dear.
Thank you, sir.